To be a better user experience designer, one of the things is that you study human behavior or psychology. The second one is that you are going to look for users' environment or the context of the usage. So if you know that what your app is going to be used and how it is going to be used and where the user is going to use it mostly and in which situations, then you can design it better. For example, if you design an app, for example, the app for tracking an address or something, and you know that the user is going to use it mostly in the sunlight, then you know that you are going to design a bright color scheme for it, or maybe darker color scheme for it if he is going to use it in the night. So you are going to make sure that the contrast is high and he can view, or he or she can view the whole app screen while holding it in the sun. Similarly, if I am a landscape photographer and I take photos during rain and near lakes and near rivers, then I need a camera with some weather shield built into it. So a lot of new cameras coming up, they have weather shield in it, and a lot of photographers are, inclined to buy those cameras. So if you know the context, it is going to change the whole direction of your product design. Now let's see another example of the context of use. Context can also tell us about the limitations of our software or usage. For example, if I am developing a software or an app for banks, then I might need to see their workstation setup. I need to see what operating system they are using, or what browser they are using, or what version of operating system they have. So it can also tell me how much the distractions they have. For example, they have a lot of crowd in the bank, or there is a lot of noise in the bank, fan noises, or how their office is set up, how their rooms and their chairs are set up. So also what is the screen brightness, or what kind of monitors they are using. So 99% of the time, banks have a lot of outdated browsers and operating systems installed. It happened with me once that I was correcting and designing a website for a very big bank in Australia. And the client keeps on asking me to fix the bugs for Internet Explorer 8. And at that time, I think there was Internet Explorer 10 released, and there were a lot of users were using Chrome and Firefox. So I always complained him, why do you need me to fix for Internet Explorer 8? And what I learned was that all the banks, they had Windows operating system Windows 7 installed, and they had Internet Explorer 8, and there was no option to download Internet Explorer 9 or upgrade because they were fixed. So you see that the context of use and how your product is going to be used is very important. Now, how you are going to indulge into the context and how you are going to explore the context of use, you are going to take pictures of user environment. You need to go out where the actually users are using the product. You can go ahead and you can go there to their offices, their homes, spend few hours with them, spend few hours while they are using your product, so to see in which situations they are going to use it. Some user researches, they spend days or even months figuring out the context, how the product is going to be used. For example, if we have a baby alarming or baby monitor, we need to spend a whole day figuring out how the sleep patterns of babies are and what the babies are going to do with the monitor. Maybe they are going to grab it and put it in their mouth, or they are going to throw it away. Is it too bright in the room, or is it too dark in the room of the baby and your monitor cannot work, your camera cannot work in the dark atmosphere? So these are all the things you need to keep in mind while you are designing a product or building a product or an app or a website. I hope you have enjoyed this lesson about context of use and how this user context plays important role in user experience. Let's move on to the next lesson.